very important to have a family atmosphere so that you have everybody on your team to work together. Example is if I didn't involve everybody in the building, the teachers, the non-certified staff, if they were not involved in things going on in the building, they don't have ownership in it. And in order to have ownership, you need to have a family type atmosphere. One of the things I like to say is a lot of times we address our staff and then our faculty. I like to call it our building staff because everybody is important. Everybody plays a vital role in their job that they perform at the Visual Performing Arts School. If one of our school family members have a death in their family, then we're all involved in that. But then on the other hand, if somebody's getting married or somebody has a new baby, we're also celebrating and we're a part of that. It's important that each person know what their role is in the school, whether they're a paraprofessional on the outside playground or they're a media specialist in the building or a literacy coach in the building. They all need to know their responsibility, but we all have to work together to support each other so that we can make our school be successful. One of the examples that I think of first is that when we were going through A+ Arkansas training, that I invited all of our non-certified support staff to be a part of that. Nobody was required to do it, but they all came the first year. We went through a second year of training, and they all came again the second year. So it's not like the teachers are on a different level, which they are certified, but we all have to work together and support each other. I think it's how you treat your staff. It's very important. They know that I'm the principal and the buck stops here, but we all work together. If there's some decision we're making in the building, we talk about it as a group, or if somebody individually has a question about it, they can come to me and we can talk about it. But we all have to have ownership in the school. I could easily sit in my office and dictate everything that's going to be done, and it's going to be done this way. And nobody has input, so they don't have buy-in. If you have buy-in, then you're part of the family and you're loyal to the school. You're loyal to the students and the parents that are in the school. It's important that the school leader is out in the building to see what's going on. And as an instructional leader, you are supposed to be out in the building to see what's going on. I try to get into the classrooms as often as I can. I'd like to say that I get into every classroom every week. It may be that I just walk by, stick my head in the door, see them in the hall, see what's going on. But we all have to work together in order for the school to be successful. One of the things I did last year, I did bus duty in the afternoon. And so I was with the bus kids, and I did see my car rider parents as they went by. But this year, we rotated. This year, I'm doing car duty in the morning and the afternoon, and my assistant principal does the bus duty. Next year, we'll rotate again because it's important for my parents to see our assistant principal as well as me. It's been really wonderful because with the children's names being called and the parents pulling up, I've learned a lot more names that way. It's just been good to see the parents. If parents have something that they need to ask real quickly, a lot of times they'll stop and ask. It's important that your parents see the administrator, the leader in the building, out in the community, and involved in what's going on at school. It's very important the first person that our guests encounter has a very positive, pleasant attitude, and they're welcoming to our guest, because that's the first impression they're going to have about our school. If that's not positive, they start off on a negative foot, and it's not always a successful relationship. I have 2 people in my building that greet people when they come in. I have a secretary and I have an administrative assistant. And sometimes it's really hard to do that, but they try their best because with the phone ringing, the intercom, maybe students standing at the counter, we still try to make sure that parents are acknowledged and we'll be with them as soon as we can. I want our school to have a relaxed feeling when people come into our building. We've gone with a couple of different artists locally that have come into our building and painted in our building, painted murals on the walls. We could have just plain paint on the walls and nothing on the walls, but that's boring. And we need the kids to be excited about coming to school. If they're excited about coming to school, then their learning is going to be much more as the time that they're there. We need the building just to be encouraging to the students. I have lots of things out in the hallways. We have murals painted. The question I receive from a lot of people is, do they not bother the things in the hallway? And my answer is no. I've had a couple of things broken, and they were broken by the teachers on accident. But the kids don't bother that. A lot of children, they don't have things at home that are nice, and I want this to be a nice place for all of our kids, whether they're kids that have everything they want or kids that have nothing. I want it to be a nice, inviting environment. If they're comfortable, that gives them a relaxed feeling. They're relaxed. They can learn. Maybe they can take their mind off of what was going on at home before they left. Our parent group, we have probably 30-something subgroups of our main group that work to help out. They do everything from coming to volunteer in our building, running committees, out soliciting donations for our school. Parents are also the backbone. We have to have parent involvement in order to be successful. My parents probably have been my best PR that I could have for my school. They can be the best PR one way or the other. They can take the negative out and talk about it, or they can take the positive out and share the positive. And our parents have been very, very supportive. I can call our parent group president or any of the committee and ask for help on a project. They're willing and able and they're ready to be there. So you need parent support to make your school grow. Once you have the parent support, your school is going to grow. I just think you must have a relationship with your staff, the whole staff. One of the things that I started that's really helped in the relationship that lets them know that I care is a couple of years ago, I started putting hand soap from one of the local businesses that you normally wouldn't have at school in the teacher restrooms. And that has been a positive thing. And sometimes if we get kind of low on that, some of the teachers will run by and pick some up because they've noticed that we were low. But little things like that. A lot of times I put things out in the teacher's lounge for the teachers. No reason, just stick it out and put it out. And they appreciate little things like that. We provide coffee for our teachers every morning. I'll have one of our staff members that come in and make coffee every morning when the teachers get there. Right now we have 4 or 5 people that get there around 6:30 so they can have coffee and visit and get their day started. So anything that you could do to make your staff want to be at school, your students want to be at school, it's very important. You could drive by my school lots of times on the weekend. There might be 3 to 10 or 12 cars there. A lot of times I leave in the afternoon at 5 o'clock, 5:30, and there's still cars there. Come back later at night and there's people there. There are some people I have to tell, you have to go home. And the more comfortable your staff and students feel, the more comfortable they are going to be at school and they're going to want to be there.
Your assignments for this week are to read chapters 3, 4, and 5 in the text, respond to the discussion questions, and respond to the case studies. Research and complete the sociological inventory for your school community. I will see you next week.